It is like Kasala is about to burst though. Can you remember the shootings at the NSAS protest ground, which led to the setting up of the Lagos Judicial Panel? Remember how the Nigerian army reluctantly admitted being at the scene of the Lekki shootings, after initially denying and maintaining that they didn't open fire on the protesters, despite eyewitnesses coming out to say how they were shot at and sustained gunshot injuries? My people, breeze is already blowing the fowls behind little by little as the Nigerian army has pulled out of the Lagos State Judicial Panel, while the panel has decided to hand over the Lekki toll gate back to the Lekki Concession Company (LCC). I am sure you want to know how they ought. But first, you are welcome to Solve This Happened, where we get to highlight and review some of the major stories that made the news recently. My name is Adebimpe Olajiga. Let's get into this. Back to the matter. That was how the Nigerian army pulled out of the Lagos State Judicial Panel because evidence surfaced confirming that Nigerian soldiers opened fire on peaceful protesters last October, while Reddington Hospital testified that it treated victims from the NSAS protest with bullet wounds from the 20th of October to 22nd October 2020. Mr. Agwe, who appeared before the panel on behalf of the Army legal team, revealed that the job of the Army Council finished on November 21, 2020, stating that they do not have any further mandate to represent the Army. However, he reminded the panel that Akinlolu Kehinde, head of the Army legal team, had earlier submitted a memo notifying the panel of the decision. January 23, 2020 was the third time in a row that the Army and its council failed to appear before the panel. Prior to this action, the panel chairman Doris Okwobi, a retired judge, warned that the Army would not be able to claim denial for fair hearings when the panel submits its findings to the government. That is not all though. Remember, the tollgate has not been operational since last October. So during the sitting, 5 members out of the 9-man panel voted in support of the reopening of the tollgate, while 4 persons rejected it. Following this decision, a good number of Nigerians rejected the decision and have planned a protest at the location. See, this matter is a serious one. All I know is that one day, monkey go market, e no go come back. The things this Generation Z members get involved in, it will leave you in complete shock. I know our educational system is not the best in the world, but you will hardly hear stories like this. I learned that a secondary school student of Oduduwa College in Osun State has been arrested for beating his principal to coma. Why now? Sincerely, I think I will go with the adage I hear from my mommy, which says, "Aya omode ni were disi." How on earth did he conceive the thought? For crying out loud, this boy is only 19 years old. It was gathered that the 19-year-old student, in collaboration with his gang members, subjected the principal to repeated punching in the school premises, and the reasons for their action remains unknown. Could it have been because he called them out on the assembly, or probably punished them for late coming, or dirtiness? I mean, I don't even want to know the reason, but why would they even think of laying their hands on their principal? Abba! Speaking on the incidents, Mrs. Folorunsho Oladoyin, the Osun State Commissioner for Education, said it was totally condemnable, sickening, disturbing, and disheartening that a student of a public secondary school could be involved in such a morally absurd behavioral conduct. She maintains that the culprits will not go unpunished. I wonder how the mood in the school will be now. The teachers might be scared to punish our bros. There are some things that are improbable, and there are other things that are possible but unlikely. And they are the ones that are almost impossible. When I heard that the federal government is targeting at least 30% of passenger vehicles in Nigeria to be electric cars by the year 2025, to be honest with you, What came to my mind is that it is almost impossible because we still have electricity problem. It's just like a toddler who is trying to run and hasn't even crawled. Nigeria's first electric car was unveiled in Abuja on Friday, 5th of February 2020, where the Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, Jelani Aliyu, said the electric cars have come to stay. Welcome, Ekabo. Mr. Aliyu further said Nigeria will not be left out in the transition from fuel-powered vehicles to electric cars. He also said the federal government has invested about $1 billion in the auto industry in Nigeria as at 2019. Nice one. Me, I just have few questions to ask you. Number one, which road? Number two, please, will those vehicles come with power banks so that when there is no light, I can use the power bank to charge it? Abi, can we use our generator to charge it? And now we've come to the end of this episode. Be free to share your comments on any of the stories. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all our social media handles for by the second news updates. Until next time, my name is Adebimpe Olajiga. Bye.